December 25th, so that means today is Christmas. And welcome to my floss tube. We're doing our very last day of Flossmas / countdown to Christmas, because it's Christmas. So, I hope everyone has enjoyed watching these countdown to Christmas / Flossmas videos. Alright, so let's get started. So, yesterday I told you my goal was to finish the reindeer. Well, I didn't quite get there, but he is almost done. So I just have to finish doing the back stitch on the reindeer itself and then attach the crystals in the antlers, and then he will be done. So by the time I post my next normal floss tube, I should have a fantastic finish of this little guy. And since he's going to get done today, that means today I also plan on starting my dog's stocking, which is from, what's it called? It's called Britty Puppy Christmas Stocking from Britter Cup Designs, and this is what it's going to look like. So yeah, so I will be starting that today. I had a wonderful Christmas this morning, and yeah. And so, let's move on to our advent calendars / countdown Christmas calendars. As you all know, yesterday I finished the Disney Mickey and Minnie one, but we still have one more left for the Black Needle Society. So, that comes in this cute little packaging that says Very Merry Christmas. So I'm excited to open it up and see what's inside. Alrighty. So very solid. And it feels like there's multiple things in here too. So let's see. Oh, oh, this is a good one. Oh, wow. It's a whole kit from Primitive Hair called Snow Bees. Oh, wow. That is gorgeous. It even has all the... Okay, I have to open this. Alright. Let's see. So it comes with the pattern and the fabric and, oh, the little bee buttons. And let's see what's in here. Oh, wow. Oh, it comes with the backboard to finish it, which is super sparkly. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, man. I might have to start this one, too. I love Primitive Hair Designs, and a couple years ago for Market, she released something similar to that. Oh, it's so pretty, but holy cow, so much glitter. But yeah, it's called Snow Bees. Oh, what a great way to finish. Alright, let's, oh jeez, okay. Hold on, let me put the glitter bomb away. Okay. Alright, so let's scratch and read more about this. Alright, Snow Bees Kit, the Primitive Hair. Merry Christmas! We have a new winter project for you inspired by the Snow Queen, hand-kitted by Isabella. So Isabella is the designer behind the Primitive Hair. And wow, what a great way to end the month with an absolutely gorgeous kit. So it does not include the threads, so that's fine. I can keep that up easily. But oh, that's going to be such a fun project, and I can't wait to get started on that. So yeah, so that's the last of our calendars for this year. Next year I probably will purchase the nice list again, and we can do this again next December. Alrighty, so we do have last thing from the advent calendar from Dan, which I guess today really isn't much of an advent calendar, but more of a, excuse me, but more of my Christmas presents today. So, for Christmas, he got me these pretty purple wireless earbuds from Raycon. They open up, and ta-da! And then he also got me a heated blanket. And then for Dan's family, we do a Christmas, they do a Secret Santa. So what I got from that was this very cute Vera Bradley pouch. So I usually use these Vera Bradley makeup bags actually as project bags because they're really good at holding projects. So that's probably what's going to go in here. And I'm gonna put a penguin themed project in here because there's a penguin on it. And yeah. And unfortunately, we're not going to be going to my parents today because on Thursday, my mom tested positive for COVID. And then this morning, my dad texted me saying he tested positive for COVID. So we're going to stay clear of them and avoid them. But next week, hopefully by New Year's, they're going to be good and ready. And we're going to go over there for New Year's Eve. So we'll do a New Year's Eve / Christmas celebration, which should be a lot of fun. It is kind of sad that we can't go see them today, but that's okay. I'll just give them a nice call later today. But I had a lovely Christmas this morning. I also had a lovely time with Christmas Eve yesterday. We played lots of games. We made lots of cookies, and all the kids opened up their presents, and it was just a wonderful time. My little nephew, Wesley, who was about 2.5 years old, was so cute. Like, every time he opened a new gift, he pretty much screeched in excitement, and it was just the cutest thing. Ugh, kids can be so cute around Christmas. So anyways, let's move on to our winter / Christmas animal of the day. And today's Christmas and winter animal of the day is a emperor penguin. So I'm not sure if you're aware, but penguins are one of my absolute all-time favorite animals. As you can see 2 penguin ornaments here. There's one here and one here on the tree. And then even my present today was penguin themed. So let's learn more about them. So, emperor penguins. So, their lifespan in the wild is 15 to 20 years, while under human care they can live up to be 50 years. Their weight can weigh up to 51 to 88 pounds. It kind of depends on the time of year as well. And then their average is about 3.6 feet to 4.3 feet. So these guys are big. They're about the size of a human child. So we're going to find emperor penguins in Antarctica, as where most penguins do live. However, there are some species. Most and all penguins live under the equator. There is one species, which is called the Galapagos penguin, that lives above the southern hemisphere. And there's about 13 species of penguins. And they all vary from really little, from the little blue fairy penguin, to the largest of the penguins, which is the emperor penguin. Alright, anyways, so emperor penguins are mostly going to be found at 66 to 77 degrees of the southern latitudes. However, they can be found on the continent within the pack ice that freezes in the winter. So habitat. So these guys are going to live on the pack ice as it freezes and stabilizes. And then they'll create their breeding grounds, which is close to icebergs and frozen cliffs that'll help shield them from the harsh winds of Antarctica. As it can get to be negative 76 degrees Fahrenheit below zero of the harshest of those wind chills in Antarctica. So what these guys are going to eat is they're going to eat mostly fish, crustaceans, and squid. They can also dive up to 3,000 feet below under the surface of the water, which is the deepest of any penguin, yet alone any bird in the world. And they're primarily going to eat Antarctic silversides, and how they're going to catch them by eating the ones that are kind of like swimming. So like the Arctic shelf is here, this is where the water, the sea ice, the bottom of the sea ice, and the fish are going to be up here. So the penguins will come up from below and kind of grab them as they're trapped up in between the ice. So yeah. And then, so that's their most favorite food and their primary food that they're going to eat, but they will also eat krill and squid and cod as well. So penguins kind of have a bit of a unique breeding where they will mate with each other. They try to have the same mate every year. So they're monogamous, and they do this by each penguin has their own unique call. So the birds will kind of call to each other, and then they'll kind of mate. They do have a little bit of a mating dance. So the female is going to, so in the Arctic, so the winter Arctic is when they're going to breed, which is from March to April. So the female's going to lay an egg, and then she will transfer the egg to the male, who the male will keep the egg warm. And the egg's actually going to sit on his feet, not on his feet, and then he has a special flap of skin, which is called a brood pouch. So he'll kind of have that extended over the egg to help keep the bird, the egg warm, while the female goes and travels up to 50 to 100 miles to where the ice ends and the water is to go eat. And while the female is away, if the chick hatches, the chick will hatch in about 64 days, and the male will feed the chick from a gland that will kind of create a milky substance to feed the chick, and the male is going to be living off of his fat reserves for now. Until when the female returns, and how they survive, the males survive this, is they're gonna all kind of gather together really closely in what's called a huddle, and this helps to protect and shield them away from the harsh winter conditions of Antarctica, because it gets very cold, it gets very windy there as well. And then when the females return, the chick will be returned to the female, the male will transfer it to the female, and she will be now in charge of keeping the chick fed and warm, and then the male will go off to feed. And then in December and January, the chicks should be all set and have their adult feathers after they have molted their chick feathers, which is mostly just kind of like a brown fluff. They're just brown little fluffs. They're actually super cute. And then they'll go off to travel and feed on their own. And by then, a lot of the pack ice has melted, so it's less of a distance for the juvenile penguins to go travel, for them to start hunting and eating on their own. So that's kind of the habits. And then some fun other things about penguins is they might not fly above in the air like normal birds do, but they do kind of fly underwater, so they have a similar flapping motion. So adult penguins' feathers also helps to keep them warm, both above water and below the water. So their feathers are tight together, kind of tightly overlapping each other, and this helps to produce a waterproof layer. There's also an oil gland that they will spread out over their feathers to help create that waterproofing as well. And then underneath those feathers, they're going to have thick, fluffy, very fluffy feathers called down, and this helps to trap and insulate any heat that they have. And then they also have a fat reserve as well to help keep them warm as too. So when the birds travel long distances, they'll kind of lay on their stomach and they'll use their feet to toboggan across the ice. This just helps them move faster and kind of gets them off their feet as well. And while they're swimming, sometimes they swim and then they'll jump above the water and then jump back down. That's called porpoising. So that's mostly about the penguin. Now their association with Christmas comes from the fact that they're associated with cold climates as well. So Christmas is kind of a winter holiday up here in the United States, so they kind of get associated with the cold. And they're often featured in art with polar bears and reindeers. However, in the wild, penguins and polar bears will never meet because they live on opposite ends of the Earth. So polar bears are up in the North Pole, while penguins are in the South Pole. So polar bears are in the Arctic, penguins are in the Antarctic. As are reindeer too. They're also found in the Arctic too. Yes. And you'll also find penguins will be featured on anything Christmas related. Decorations, ornaments, clothing. Yep. Penguins can also be found in a bunch of Christmas themed movies, such as Elf. I don't know if Happy Feet is necessarily a Christmas movie, but it's a winter movie as well. That's about penguins too. So that is all I have for you today for our very last countdown to Flossmas video. I want to thank everybody so much for watching these videos and learning about animals along with me. I've had a lot of fun actually opening everything and just learning more. I've learned a lot more about some of these animals too as well, and I was pretty familiar with a bunch of them already. But thank you for watching. I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and have a very happy New Year. I will see you all in my next normal FlossTube video, so be sure to look out for that. And yeah, and have a great rest of your Christmas, everybody. Bye!